Welcome to Let's Learn Academy. I am Ashika Panikar and let us continue studying physical world. This is part 2. So far we have studied about the main introduction about what physics actually is. So let us continue the lesson by going to the main topic. Fundamental forces of nature. नेचर में मेन चार important या fundamental forces है and those are electromagnetic force or electromagnetism, weak interaction or weak interactive force, strong interaction or strong interaction force, gravitational force, etc. The weak interaction and strong interaction is between the nuclear forces. So, as I said, there are four forces in nature which are the main four forces, basic forces, you might say. First and one of the most important forces is gravity or the gravitational force. The attractive force between all the matter in the universe. यूनिवर्स में जितने भी मैटर है या जितने भी सब्सटेंसेस है उनके बीच में आपस में जो फोर्स होती है उसे हम कहते हैं ग्रेविटी और ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. Second is electromagnetic force. The forces of attraction in atoms and magnets, or basically you can say wherever there is electricity or wherever there is magnetism, the force which appears is said to be electromagnetic force. The strong nuclear force is that force that keeps the nucleus together. जो अलग अलग सब्सटेंसेस या अलग अलग केमिकल्स या एटम्स के न्यूक्लियस को कंबाइन करके रखती है उस फोर्स को हम कहते हैं स्ट्रॉन्ग न्यूक्लियर फोर्स. The weak nuclear force is that force which causes radioactive decay. For example, in the bomb blasting, etc., wherever the radioactive materials decay, there is a weak nuclear force. Let us know about each of these forces in detail. Gravity or the gravitational force. The gravitational force is the force of mutual attraction between any two objects by virtue of their masses. किसी भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट के मासेस के वजह से उनके बीच में जो अट्रैक्शन होता है या जो अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स होती है उसे हम कहते हैं ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. इट इज़ अ यूनिवर्सल फोर्स. Every object experiences this force due to every other object in the universe. All objects on Earth, for example, experience the force of gravity due to the Earth because Earth itself has some mass. In particular, gravity governs the motion of the moon and artificial satellites that revolve around the Earth. So, whatever satellites or whatever things which revolve around the Earth is due to the gravitational force of Earth. Similarly, all the planets like Earth, etc., revolve around the Sun due to the gravitational force of the Sun. So, gravitational force is basically a pulling force which pulls every object nearby it and keeps it around that particular thing. It plays a key role in the large-scale phenomena of the universe, such as formation and evolution of stars, galaxies, and galactic clusters. The next force is the electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force is the force between charged particles. So कभी भी इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फोर्स अगर प्रोड्यूस करना हो या कहीं पे हो तो इसका मतलब डेफिनेटली वहाँ पे चार्ज पार्टिकल्स होने चाहिए. In simpler case, when charges are at rest, the force is given by Coulomb's law. Just as we have gravitational force formula, similarly we have a Coulomb's law's formula, which is for the attraction between unlike charges. So the Coulomb's law is something like this: attractive for unlike charges and repulsive for like charges. That means positive and negative charges would attract, while positive and negative charges will repel against each other. Charges in motion produce magnetic effects. Charges which are moving or are in motion obviously produces some amount of magnetic effects, and wherever there is magnetic effects obviously there needs to have some amount of magnetic field too, and this gives rise to a force on a moving charge. Electric and magnetic effects are in general inseparable. You can never have electricity without magnetism, or you cannot or can never have magnetic effect without electricity. Both are inseparable, hence the name electromagnetic force. Like the gravitational force, electromagnetic force acts over large distances and does not need any intervening medium. यानी कि दो पार्टिकल्स के बीच में कोई मीडियम हो वो ज़रूरी नहीं है, बस उन पे कुछ चार्ज होना चाहिए. It is enormously strong compared to gravity. Gravitational force is the weakest force of all the fundamental forces, you can say, while electromagnetic force is somewhat stronger compared to the gravitational force. One more important thing to note is that gravity is always attractive. You can never have repulsive forces with gravitational force. So, gravity is always attractive, while electromagnetic forces can be attractive or repulsive, depending upon the charges the particles carry. Another way of putting it is that mass comes only in one variety. That means, in when we are considering gravity or gravitational force, the mass is the most important thing. Two objects or two substances will have gravitational force amongst each other only if they have some mass, and mass is never negative, so the gravitational force will be always attractive and never repulsive. While in case of charges, the charges may be of two varieties, that is positive and negative. In that case, you may have repulsive as well as attractive force. This is what makes all the difference. Matter is mostly electrically neutral, net charge is zero. Thus, electric force is largely zero and gravitational force dominates terrestrial phenomena. Now, what does this mean? For gravitational force, the only important thing is mass. So, wherever there is mass, the gravitational force will exist. But when you're talking about electromagnetic force, charges are necessary. Now, whenever a charge is present, it has some atom or something like that. So it has protons as well as neutrons as well as electrons, and the net charge would be zero, however. So electromagnetic force is not present everywhere, while gravitational force is present almost everywhere. Thus, electric force is largely zero and gravitational force dominates terrestrial phenomena. Electric force manifests itself in atmosphere where the atoms are ionized, and that leads to lightning. That means still electric force does exist in the atmosphere, but those become active only in certain cases when the atoms in the universe or the atmosphere gets ionized. यानी अगर एक एलिमेंट हो और वो आयोनाइज होता हो पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव चार्जेस में, उस समय लाइटनिंग या हमें इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फोर्स देखने मिलता है. Our next force is strong nuclear force. The simplest or the easy way to understand this is the force due to which neutrons and protons are combinedly found inside a nucleus. So the strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons in a nucleus. It is evident that without some attractive force, a nucleus will be unstable due to the electric repulsion between protons. Now, why is this so important? You know, the nucleus contains protons as well as neutrons. Neutrons have zero charge while protons have all positive charges. Now, two protons may repel against each other. That means there is some nuclear force inside the nucleus due to which the protons together with neutrons are combined inside the nucleus. This attractive force cannot be gravitational since force of gravity is very negligible. As I said, gravitational force is a very weak force. A new basic force must therefore be invoked. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे ना ही इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिज्म है ना ही ग्रेविटी है, तो डेफिनेटली देयर इज सम अदर फोर्स. The strong nuclear force is the strongest of all fundamental forces, and it is about 100 times that of electromagnetic force. Recent developments have, however, indicated that protons and neutrons are built out of still more elementary constituents called quarks. अब तक हमने ये पढ़ा था, शुरुआत में डाल्टन थियरी में डाल्टन ने कहा था, जॉन डाल्टन ने ये बताया था कि एटम इज इनडिविजिबल, एटम को हम डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते. बट लेटर ऑन बाय द discovery of electron, proton and neutron, we came to know that atom can be divided, and atom consists of electron, proton and neutron. Now further, according to the recent developments, we have also found out that ये जो प्रोटॉन्स या न्यूट्रॉन्स है उनके अंदर भी दूसरे पार्टिकल्स होते हैं, एंड दोज पार्टिकल्स आर कॉल्ड एज क्वार्क्स. एंड फाइनली द फोर्थ फोर्स इज वीक न्यूक्लियर फोर्स. The weak nuclear force appears only in certain nuclear processes such as beta decay of nucleus. Now, what is beta decay? In an atom which contains a lot of number of protons and neutrons, that means in an atom of higher atomic number, when there are too many protons or too many neutrons, due to some effects, these protons and neutrons are transformed to other. That means the proton may become a neutron in some cases when an electron combines with that proton, and the whole of the charge becomes neutral. So that whole process is called beta decay, and this is usually found during the bomb blasts, etc. And it is found in uranium, thorium, such elements. In beta decay, the nucleus emits an electron and an uncharged particle called neutrino. The weak nuclear force is not as weak as gravitational force, but much weaker than the strong nuclear and electromagnetic forces. The range of weak nuclear force is exceedingly small, and it is of the order 10 raised to minus 16 meter. The weak nuclear force appears only in certain nuclear processes such as beta decay of nucleus. Now, what is beta decay? In an atom which contains a lot of number of protons and neutrons, that means in an atom of higher atomic number, when there are too many protons or too many neutrons, due to some effects, these protons and neutrons are transformed to other. That means the proton may become a neutron in some cases when an electron combines with that proton, and the whole of the charge becomes neutral. So that whole process is called beta decay, and this is usually found during the bomb blasts, etc. And it is found in uranium, thorium, such elements. In beta decay, the nucleus emits an electron and an uncharged particle called neutrino. The weak nuclear force is not as weak as gravitational force, but much weaker than the strong nuclear and electromagnetic forces. The range of weak nuclear force is exceedingly small, and it is of the order 10 raised to minus 16 meter. Now you must be wondering what exactly this weak nuclear force is. I said proton may convert into a neutron in some cases, and also the vice versa. That means a neutron may also convert into a proton in some cases. When that occurs, there is a force which makes that occur. एक फोर्स होती है जिसकी वजह से ये प्रोटॉन न्यूट्रॉन में बदलता है, और ये जो फोर्स है इसी को वीक न्यूक्लियर फोर्स कहते हैं. Now here we have the relative strength between all these four different fundamental forces. As I said, gravitational force is the weakest force and its range is infinite. That means gravitational force may exist between any two objects having infinite distance between them, and it operates among all objects in the universe. Second is weak nuclear force. The range of weak nuclear force is very short, that is, it occurs within the nucleus, and it operates among the elementary particles, that means neutrino, electron, proton, etc. Electromagnetic force is a bit more stronger than weak nuclear force itself, and the range is infinite. Again, it occurs between charged particles, and the strongest is the strong nuclear force, whose range is also again short. It occurs within the nucleus, or it operates among the nucleons, that is the neutrons and the protons. Now the relative strength given here is relative to the strong nuclear force. If we consider the strong nuclear force to be 1, then electromagnetic force is 100 times weaker than strong nuclear force. Similarly, weak nuclear force is 10 raised to minus 13 times weaker than the strong nuclear force, and gravitational force is 10 raised to minus 38 times weaker than the strong nuclear force. So hope you enjoyed and learned more about the different kinds of forces. See you in the last part of this chapter in the next video.